Dr. Disrespect is not too happy with like NickMercs or Dr. Lupo at the moment.
I think NickMercs is the biggest fucking pussy in the world. Lupo, obviously, he's a big ass. He's a fake. Let's go ahead and say it. Never didn't talk about it before, but
Dr. Lupo raises a lot of money for charity. And this is a little conflicting because personally, excuse me, thought I was going to die there. Personally, I like Dr. Disrespect. I was all about the violence, the speed, the momentum, the gentleman's club. I enjoyed his content. But with all the stuff that came out, it was kind of hard to root for the doc, right? And like you're like, man, he's calling out Nick, he's calling out Dr. Lupo. He calls out Nick for going on the podcast and saying some shit. This is the podcast.
Dr. Disrespect.
This is the Knuckle Boys.
It's a tough one.
And
Yes, the same ones that interviewed Donald Trump.
you obviously know him personally. Good dude.
I know him personally. I do. I mean, we met in person twice, briefly, and we've played a lot of games together throughout the years. People think that we're like best friends. That's not true. And then people also say, oh, they only gamed a couple times. I mean, that's not true either. We're somewhere in the center. The internet's canceling this guy.
Yeah, I mean, this is a good a good analogy for this in my world is like my buddy Scotty. Scotty and I really haven't gotten to meet in person. Cordial, get along, good in line, go play games, have each other's number, text back and forth. Like, I could see a similar relationship with him and Doc, especially with like just maybe chit-chatting on like content and collaborative ideas.
Everybody's like, oh, Nick, how about this guy? This is your boy, huh? I go on, I say, listen, man, I understand what people are saying. Let's wait till we get some.
Even if he is his boy, the right thing to do here, even if he is or is not his boy, you gotta be able to separate and just say, hey, let's see what's going on. There's some crazy accusations. There's extraordinary claims which require extraordinary evidence. So let's back up and see
some facts, and then we'll make a decision. So I waited.
And two, you're not.
And I got a bunch of shit for waiting. Everyone's like, "Fuck you, man! Speak out on your boy. What the fuck?" Man? I mean, I got railed on social.
No, did he?
But I was the only one that didn't. So I waited because I was this tweet. Which is now deleted, by the way. And it was the worst tweet that I have ever seen from somebody in trouble. Not only was the original the worst, this motherfucker edits that same tweet like 6 times.
Yeah, no, that was bad. That was bad. When he was trying to say like it was to trick the people reading or like try to trick journalists. It was super weird. And if you don't remember his infamous tweet at this point, the Twitch ban. I'd like to make a quick statement. Let's cut the effing BS. As you know, there's no filter with me. Not with this speed, violence, and momentum. I've always been upfront and real with you guys on anything I can be upfront about. And I'm always willing to accept responsibility, which is why I'm here now. First and foremost, I do want to apologize to everyone in my community, as well as those who are close to me, my team, and everyone at Midnight Society. Which sucks because this game studio just shut down, or at least I think it shut down. Project Dead Drop, which was the game associated with it, no longer coming out, which was unfortunate because I like this idea of like an extraction BR kind of thing, like off the grid. And Dead Drop seemed like a, honest to God, kind of a better version of it. But it's never going to see the light of day now. A lot of people have been left in the dark about what happened yesterday with Midnight Society and I, and we made a painful decision collectively to have me step down. Our team is fully incredible, talented, and good people that have high career ambitions and families. I'd never want to jeopardize the culture we have carefully crafted. Everyone has been wanting to know why I was banned from Twitch, but the reason is outside my control. I was not allowed to say anything for the last several years. Now 2 former Twitch employees have publicly disclosed the accusations. I can now tell you my side of the story. Basically, did I text a minor back in 2017? The answer is yes. Were there real intentions behind these messages? The answer is no. These were casual, mutual conversations that sometimes lean too much into the direction of being inappropriate. So it's just people kind of flirting, like, I shouldn't say people. It's a grown man flirting with an underage person, but nothing more. Nothing illegal happened. No pictures were shared. No crimes were committed. I never even met the individual. I went through a lengthy arbitration regarding silver dispute, which Twitch in that case was resolved by a settlement. Let me be clear. It was not a criminal case against me, and no criminal charges have ever been brought against me. If all of this is still true, man, that's just dirty water. That's just like a weird stain on your record that is kind of, no one's gonna sit there and let you give this explanation. They're gonna want the one sentence fact, and it's like, did you text a minor? Well, the answer is yes. They're not gonna care about these extra 4 to 5 sentences that make it seem not as bad, but still super bad.
Times. And he admits in this tweet to talking to somebody inappropriately who was underage. Go on Twitter. I say, look, facts came out. This sucks fucking ass. We didn't know about this, obviously, and we're gonna cut ties. And we don't condone or agree with anything like this.
Which is on brand for Nick, who says, let's keep the kids out of it. Doc's texting a kid. Yo, you can't be texting the kid like that, man.
They're not happy with that either. so
Why are they not happy with it?
because like, oh, so you can go hard on to leave the kids alone shit, but when it's your boy, it's just like, oh, you're not happy about it. The fuck do you want, man? I said I don't condone it.
It's his boy too, so it's, of course there's like an emotional, like, oh man, this sucks, this is embarrassing for me, it's embarrassing for him. You know, there's a side of Nick that's like, man, I kind of like the guy, we play games together, it sucks that he's done this because now I have to cut ties, I can't associate myself with this guy. Maybe they had some stuff lined up and it's like, fuck, now we can't do that either. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of, there's emotional real shit, there's business shit, there's consecrated shit, and then there's personal shit where it's just like, when it's all 4 of those things, it's kind of hard to always just come out and be like, rah, 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 fuck this guy. Because it's too personal. There's too many things that like make it emotionally drawn where you're like, fuck.
It's disgusting.
Cut all ties.
And we're cutting ties. Done. So weeks go by. This guy deletes that tweet and then says that it was all a joke. He put out that tweet as bait to see who his real friends are.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was a bait with his editing to see who his real friends were. That was, I thought, was very suspect. Right, so let's hear what the doc has to fully say about this, because he kind of crashed out.
I'm in the mood now to talk about it. I think these fucking people are the phoniest people in the industry, man. You know what I mean, champs? I won't talk about it anymore, but I just had to say that. I did, and I know you guys know, but God, I had to say it. Biggest fucking phonies. I can call out all these people. I don't want to, though, man. You know what I mean, champs? These people have met, like those 2 people met Mrs. Assassin and Baby Assassin, Little Assassin, right? They met him multiple times. So for Nick to go on some fucking low-budget podcast and talk about us the way he did, like, who does that? Like, pause the music. Who does that? Fucking phony pussy.
And honestly, I feel like Doc's crashing out. If we listen to what Nick said, I honestly feel like nothing was that bad towards the Doc. It wasn't even like directing him saying he was bad. It was like the actions he did. Fuck, now we have to distance ourselves. He never went out and said, you know, that he's a scumbag or that he's a detriment to society or anything like that. Doc took that, his message is super personal, and now it's crashing out online.
Lupo screaming at the top of his lungs. He's got 400 viewers now. No one gives a, like, he's always copied us, transitions, intros, all that stuff. He's always has. Like, I just gotta go and I'm just gonna release some stuff off my mind. Disrespecting me, disrespecting Mrs. Assassin, Little Assassin. Come on, man. That's how you get knocked the fuck out. This guy thinks he's is NickMercs dude. I don't even know what happened to him. I don't know if he's still around. He thinks he's like a tough guy putting his who could.
I know that this is probably not a good example of if he's still around, but I think Nick, yeah, he's still streaming 60.9K followers right now, or viewers, and that's just on Twitter. I know you don't want to, maybe even half of those are real. He's also on YouTube and Twitch right now. I think Nick's doing pretty good for himself.
Can I knock out in a fight?
I can't say about Dr. Lupo. I really don't watch Dr. Lupo like that, but I'm sure Dr. Lupo's doing just fine.
Lists together. Like, who does, first off, who does that shit, man? Second off, this guy wouldn't even fucking come close. No way. Anyways, I just don't know who, like...
That's the only thing I agree with the doc saying, because NickMercs is like 5'4", and like the doc is like 6'3". So like, I don't think Nick literally would come close. Like, there's just like a physical height difference. You know what I mean? He just sticks out his hand, swinging.
The type of mentality to go on and talk about someone like that, like, you just gotta be, you're lost. You don't do that. Time out. No, especially when you don't know shit. No one does. Fucking rat's what he is. Lupo, fake phony rat. There's a lot of people that that I don't care about. I don't care about. The issue that I have with those two is that they met Mrs. Assassin multiple times. They met Baby Assassin. They met my family. Right? They know what I'm about, you know? You know what I mean, champs? They got sucked in by an over-exaggerated fucking narrative that was blown up by all these little anime, desperate for attention, zero life experience people on the internet, these trolls, and it was blown out and exaggerated. And then you got people going, but you admitted it. What the fuck do we admit? Some jokes and bannering? That's what we said. Wake up. We didn't admit nothing. Now,
I mean, you did admit to texting a minor. That's the the part where it's like people I understand Dr. Disrespect's character in this and like who he is, like Guy and Dr. Disrespect are two different people. But you gotta take some accountability of like texting, like flirting with the minor a little bit, like it's just saying that it's jokes and banter.
Now you're
Even if it's, I don't know.
convinced, and they're all convinced
I
by the
don't
narrative
know.
that was put out by guess who? Rolling Stones, Washington Post, right? Little fucking depressed, deep-eyed slasher.
This is true. It's like all the sources that were coming out. It's like sources I wouldn't trust anything. They came out on geopolitics and said anything about like Trump or Elon. It's all the same people like who are against this, going against the government abuse.
All these people, right? These people we can't relate
I made it politics. How did I bring politics into this?
to, and it's unfortunate. But the
Yo,
real
what's
truth,
up, Yosh?
Like, the real, like after that, it was revealed. Look at these fucking fake phonies, man. I mean, you're literally Nick's going on a podcast talking about us, champs. I don't even fucking. Look, there's a difference between having to, like, as a person in the industry, to speak up on
In all fairness, he was asked, and once more, he didn't say anything that harsh.
it. And, like, for example, Tim and Z Laner, like, they're good people. They're good people. They responded in a way where it's like, hey, from what we've heard, okay, again, give me a call, shoot me a DM, whatever. Let's talk about it. Explain it in a couple minutes. Boom, that's it. But they never.
But the issue is this is a business. So even if they and you, like as people, get it, the internet still does not get it. So if you're playing games with Tim and Nick again, the world is going to go at Tim and Nick for playing with a dude who's texting or talking to a minor. Whether that's the reality or not, that's the perspective of this online base, right? And that's why they can't associate with themselves with you as a brand. Not personally, but the brand of Nick and the brand of Tim, the brand of Doc, and all of this, can't associate with the Doc.
Never did that. So for those that are asking, like, you should play with Z or Timmy, the only way is they'd have to apologize. Not publicly. I don't care about it. They just come up and say, hey, made a mistake. Boom. Let's get back into it. Then I'm good, right? That's how I deal with shit, right? Like, hey, as long as you learn from it, you apologize, boom, you move on. This whole exaggerated narrative that was built up, so pathetic. Bunch of fucking pussies. It's what it is. We've got Bobby rallied. We got Vis. Do we have to network to stay relevant or popular or do what? No, champs. All these fucking other people, they need each other. They need the streamer awards shows. They need a network. They need Twitch. They need to do this. We need to do a hot tub stream together. We need to fucking make sure we collab. It's like, holy shit, Dexerto, it's like a dick-sucking website for Kai Cenat. And when I'm not in a Lamborghini on the way to the arena,
Well, that's not how, dude. Kai's catching straight. Doc is just full blown crashing out right now.
or doing hot shot 360s to win games on the main stage in front of the brightest LED lights imaginable. I got common sense people coming up to the two times. Hey, two times, what's up, man? Congratulations on the Rumble. Congratulations on the YouTube monetization, right? It ain't
PDF pedophile. Anime picture, he, him, she, her. Look at this guy. He's still around. He's still relevant.
It ain't like that. Fuck that. They want to believe that, but it ain't that. That ain't the case.
Man, I hope that's not the sound of him clapping them cheeks, but he literally just does a full blown crash out. And ultimately, Nick even responds to this.
You want to get real about it? Get fucking real about it. You put everybody around you. You want to get real about it? Get fucking real about it. You put everybody around you in a tough ass spot because you're a dog.
This is true. This is true.
Because you're a dog, bro. And I've known plenty of dogs, man. But when you go below that 18-year-old bullshit, you a different kind of dog now. Now you're a weirdo. And you can't fucking... You have no self-awareness. You can't reflect. You can't hold yourself accountable. You can't be a man. Being a man is about holding yourself accountable with things you do.
I agree with Nick wholeheartedly on that.
It's a really important part about growing up and being a fucking man. You're a father, you're a husband. Look, you fucked up. You gotta own it.
You own it and then move on. Like the fact that he's still kind of like fighting this is, I feel like, and crashing out, I feel has just unfortunately reignited this flame on Doc, and especially going against Nick on this and the way that Nick has handled it versus the way that Doc is handling this, it's night and day, man.
You gotta be a fucking man. You fucked up. You don't get to go around and blame everybody else for the shit that you did. That's not what you do. That's not what you do.
He gets 10 gifted for that. Jesus. I mean, he's speaking facts there. He's speaking facts. Doc didn't do it though, right? I mean, he admits to it. That's the biggest issue, is he admits to talking and being flirtatious with the minor, but people just see that as, oh my God, he's talking to a minor. You know, it just, Doc put himself in a very weird, uncomfortable situation where it makes sense for other brands to distance themselves, which is unfortunate because, you know, the gentleman's club with Doc was gaining some motion. He was getting some lubricant, but I guess it was just Diddy oil that was lubing him up. I don't know. That was too harsh. I don't think Doc. If you're picking up what I'm putting down, then please like the video, subscribe, and if you really like it, then share it with some of your friends. My goal here is to spread a positive message while sprinkling my 2 cents on big topics like American, Indian, and world geopolitics, and even small stuff like Twitch drama and online debacles. And if you want to see it live, come join me over on Twitch. Twitch.tv/ActuallyElrod. That's where I'm going to do all my reactions, and after the reactions, that's where we get down a game. And if you're like, hey, I have a video that I want this dude to sprinkle his 2 cents on, then come over on my Discord and let me know and join the community there. And while we're at it, I have to say thank you to everybody who has made that Discord just so poppin'. I never thought I'd have a Discord that's so flowing. It's really cool to see. Shout out to you, Bobby, Omni, Demon, all of you who have been in there who are just super active. Logie, you're the man. Logie is the one who's like modding and helping run the server, so thank you, Logie. Lastly, I challenge you. I have a challenge for you. Make somebody laugh today. We all know there's enough hate and vitriol in the world. If energy is contagious like the flu, then let's spread and get everyone contagious with our positive energy, right? Not negative energy, because there's so much of that. And if we could just be a small little change in someone's day, then you never know. Maybe that's the thing that starts shifting this world to a happier, healthier, just better place. And with all of that said and done, thank you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.